Lord, y'all, it's been a long day, okay? But I'm off work and I am watching General Hospital, and I thought I would do my video at the same time. So I'm going to try to not make the video an hour because I will be fast forwarding through the commercials. And let's get started. Welcome to another episode with Nancy of I Love GH But. Alright, so we open again with Sonny coming into the house, and yes, I'm going to be looking at the TV while I'm talking to you, so don't mind me. And just as I was so hoping against, I wanted them, Jason and Carly, to consummate the marriage, but we're not going to get that. We're going to get the real family reunion. Sonny walks in the house, examines himself, see how he's changed, goes through the first floor, looks at his family photos, and then heads upstairs. Now, Maurice on his Instagram said the same thing that I said, and that is, why when you own a hotel would you go home for your first night together and then have that first night in the same bedroom that you shared with your dead husband? So now these two people who have now let go of their guards and have said that they are willing to open their hearts to each other in a way that they haven't yet, and they're ready to give themselves to each other, and who walks in the door but Sonny? I mean, it's like mid-tie coming off, ready for the sexy, and this guy comes through the door. Are you, what? I was like, damn, and my girl did what was expected, Sonny, and fainted. I'm surprised Jason didn't faint, okay? Peter's at his rendezvous spot, and of course we know that Anna meets him there, and she's got her gun drawn, and we gonna get our little monologue. Now, she didn't want to chat this time, which is always shocking to me. But he thought he would use that tactic, as he has used it before, to get her to, be distracted so he could pull his gun and possibly shoot and kill her. But she wasn't going for that. And, of course, it switches over to Maxi in total panic at the reception, telling Austin we have to leave. And she almost just blew the whole bag about Louise. So I'm glad she caught herself and changed the story and said, it's Valentine. I'm worried about the baby because, Peter is that vindictive that he would go after Valentine's daughter. So it's a genuine concern, and it kind of threw him off. So I'm kind of glad she got away with that. So we moved to the hospital. Elizabeth has done her little distracting thing for Britt to make Britt feel better about what's going on with her mom, to kind of take her mind off of things, the little plan that her and Terry came up with. And I skip past these people, but because I am watching the show with you guys right now, and I'm making this video as we go along, I'm going to speak about it. We're back at the house. We're in the bedroom. These two people are expressing their love for each other, and we know it is seconds away because this is my second viewing. So I'll be able to talk to you clearly and not have to look at the camera for everything or look away. So I'm watching. And I mean, these two people, oh my God, they were so into each other and they were so ready. And I covered my mouth because now Jason's taking off his coat. She's taking off his tie. They look at Sonny. It's me, and she faints. There she goes to the ground. My girl is gone because I've spent the last 9 months. Now they say 9 months. They said it out loud. So they kept it in real time. December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So it's really 10 months. Okay. But we'll go with that, because he's been gone since December. So got to get past the commercials. So 9 months. She says it out loud. 9 months. That they're going to go with that time. But even if you say 9 months, little Donna is too big just to be 9 months old. So she was well, okay, maybe she was like maybe 2 or 3 months when by the time Christmas came and the accident happened and he ended up without. Okay, so yeah, so we'll say she's a year old. Even though we know the baby is a little older than a year that's playing the part, but she's supposed to be about a year old. So for people who are saying she looks older than she should, like she's 2 or 3, no, she's supposed to be about a year old. Okay, so move past the commercials. Carly's on the bed. Sonny thinks it, everything is hunky dory. He can just come back in. I mean, nobody's weighing the fact that this shock factor has to sink in, and Jason, being the man that he is, he just moves aside, folks, and it's driving me crazy. I don't want him to let Sonny back home so easy, but because they love each other so much, we know that's just what's going to happen, and I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not fair to Jason. Now, I'm happy she's happy to see him, but you can also see the torture in Jason's face. I love my boy is back, but I'm about to lose my girl again to the same guy that I gave her to in the first place. I mean, how much more of this can we take? Okay? Anna's facing down Peter. Of course, we're chatting again. Why are we chatting? Okay, Valentine's a little bit away. He seems not to be too far. He's caught up with the guy who's supposed to be Peter's transport, and he's got him handcuffed to a tree, and he made a phone call. So we know he's going to get back to Anna, and the gun goes off. A gun goes off. Peter draws his gun on her, trying to be slick, and of course that's when they switch over to Valentine. Valentine hears the shot. He rushes back to where Anna is, okay? Once he gets there, well, before he gets there and we get there, we see that Anna did shoot him, but come on, Anna, just the shoulder? You should have shot him in the leg. A leg will keep him from doing what's coming next. And if you've already seen the show, which I'm sure you have, because again, this is my second viewing, we know that he gets away, which I truly have a problem with, because if you would have shot him in the leg, he wouldn't have been able to get away so quickly. And he jumps into the same river that Sonny washed up in. Okay, so of course he's going to get a chance to get to Port Charles, and here I am going to write it. He's going to get to Maxi, and he's going to have the opportunity to snatch her. Now, I don't know if he's going to have an opportunity or figure out that Louise is Bailey. I hope not. I hope she gets to kill him. I hope that Maxi is the one that puts him down. It should be Maxi, because he killed Nathan. As far as I'm concerned, even though Faison shot the gun, it was Peter who put Nathan in that position to die, and had no problem with it, because he wanted his brother's life. He did not like that, number one, Nathan was Faison's son, older than him, and had Faison's admiration. Even for the short little minute that Faison knew that Nathan was his son, he loved that boy more than he loved the one that was around him for however long, to become the detriment to society that he is, aka Heinrich Faison, Peter Sinclair, or Peter August, whichever name you want to choose. All right? So him getting away was par for the course, because they slow on the trigger. All right, my boy Valentine promised to shoot my man on sight. Well, you came on sight. You should have shot him too. I'm sorry. I want him dead. I want him gone. I love Wes Ramsey. I love you, Wes Ramsey. Love you, Wes Ramsey. But I'm tired of Peter August, Peter Sinclair, Heinrich Faison. It's time for him to go. And if Maxi's the one to put him down, then let Maxi put him down. We also get to see that Willow and Michael are happy, and they're at the wedding reception, the last guest, so they're dancing around the fact that they want to get married again, and somebody needs to propose to the other. Okay, but I'm gonna move past that because we know it's a filler. Just like everything that's happening at the hospital is a filler until Britt finds out that Peter is on his way back to Port Charles, and she tells Maxie to be prepared because she's going to be prepared. So Sonny and Carly and Jason are still in the bedroom. They're still going through the rigmaroles of seeing him for the first time. She's woken up now and she's embracing him and she's ready to ask some questions. And she's got they haven't asked the hard questions, but they got the basics out of the way. Where were you? What happened? Okay. We didn't get the full details. And when he tells them the full picture of what happened for 9 months for him in Nixon Falls, woo, Carly, my girl Carly is gonna be on fire. She's gonna be like, that bitch here came here twice and got up in my face. Meanwhile, she was holding you hostage. Because that's basically what it boils down to. Because you knew what was going on and he didn't. Okay. So that was completely uncool. All right. So Elizabeth and Britt have a nice little moment together because Britt does acknowledge the fact that I know what you and Terry did, which is fine. And that's okay. You know, there's got to be some little turnaround for these people because you do have to work together. And she is your chief of staff. So I'm going to fast forward past that. But the simple thing and the reason why they're showing them at the hospital and they're showing Scotty is because everybody's going to start to get the news that Peter is on his way back. And this is when Elizabeth and Finn get confirmation that Peter is still alive and he is still a problem. And of course, Peter tries to use that when Anna has her gun pointed at him, talking about, oh, you're going to shoot me or you're going to take me in and I'm going to find it also pleasurable to tell the WSB and the police about Finn and trying to kill me and hide the body. Well, you can tell them that all you want to because as far as we know, it's your word against his and ain't nobody going to cover for your ass. They going to cover for him. So she's not feeling that. Thank you. Because you know she usually falls for these kind of things. And she did waver just a little bit and the gun started to go down just a little bit. But I need you to get your cojones, girl. Okay? Because again, the shoulder wasn't enough. Now, granted, it's the shoulder by the heart, but we needed to come down a few inches. We needed to come down a few inches, get that center mass. 3 shots center mass. 3 shots center mass. He would have been done. We know how that works. Okay? So I'm going to skip the lovey-dovey with Michael and thank you, writers, for some love in the afternoon because we did need some love in the afternoon. We get so much violence that we needed some love in the afternoon. So if the love in the afternoon is Michael and Willow commiserating over the fact that they finally have an opportunity to be an open couple and talking about marriage and living together as a family with Wiley, lovely. I love it. Brooklyn's moments with Chase, just getting that friendship back on track. And I do want them together because I think Chase would be good for Brooklyn as much as Brooklyn would be good for Chase. So I can get with that. And I'm glad that Chase was at the house when our poor girl Maxi comes storming in, screaming at the top of our lungs that Peter is back and Bailey's in danger. Okay. Now, the only one in the room, of course, that knows what's going on is, of course, Brooklyn and Maxi. So the cop part of things for Chase, cool. But details, you're not getting them right now. And we know that those details are going to have to come out soon in order for everyone to honestly protect this baby against Peter, especially if he gets as far as getting close to Bailey, whether he knows Bailey is Louise or not. Okay? So that's where it is now. We're at the house. We're at the Quartermain mansion. Maxine's about to burst into the door to tell Brooklyn what's going on with Peter, and Chase is going to go into cop mode. So we know all of that. We had talked about that. It's a filler as far as I'm concerned, but it's a segue filler. So we got our little segue. We know what else is going on. We're going to go back to the house. And Maxi looked beautiful in the black. Even though she's gained a little weight during the pandemic, Kirsten is still so beautiful. And I'm glad that her recovery went well, obviously, because she looks like she's doing so well, and she really looked beautiful in the black sequins and tulle dress. So for people talking about wearing black to a wedding, she was the wedding planner. She can wear whatever she wants. Okay, she wasn't the center of attention. She wasn't there to upstage the bride. So I felt it was appropriate because because she was the planner, the event planner. So I can skip back the confrontation between Anna and Peter because we already talked about that. So, the conversation goes on. I want to get back to the house with Sonny and them so I can give you the detail, blow by blow on that. Now, I know you was watching the show, and I know that you, as I was sitting with bated breath as he details to them what happened to him after he fell off the bridge and he washed up on the shore next to Nixon Falls. So he explains all of that. Jason explains how he jumped in and for weeks that they were looking for him. Okay? And while they're all happy and everything, in the back of these folks' heart, we were about to give ourselves to each other. How do we explain to this man that we are now in love with each other? And what if they decide that they want to stay together and Sonny's just going to have to be the one to step aside this time? But they explained to them why they got married and why they're in the position that they're in right now. And he, as we thought and everybody else thought, Sonny would agree with the moves that they made. The fact that they declared him dead, they had to show a strong united front, and that they chose this road because of the pressures from Cyrus Renault and the other families. Jason is so honorable. So freaking honorable. And this is breaking my heart because above all these other characters, y'all know my favorite is the Stone Cold. Okay? If I haven't made that clear to you, let me make it clear to you now. Steve Burton, the Stone Cold, is my favorite character because I get to live out my enforcer through him. Okay? Yeah, I do have a gangster mentality. That I'm born and raised in the Bronx in the 70s and 80s. People, you learn how to kind of be aware of some things. Okay? And that's all you need to know. But the bottom line is Stone Cold. Okay? Jason Morgan. That is my man. That is my man. No slow your roll. Shot is precise. I love it. I love it. Sonny has to calm him down. I love it. We have to be strategic. No, we need to kill him. That's me. I don't want to wait. We've already done the strategy. We already did the talking. We already did the warning. And the person chose not to heed. Now you got to go. I want you gone. I don't want to wait. I don't want to speculate. You got to go. That's my Stone Cold. So, then on the other hand, he is the sweetest person in the world. He will do anything for the people that he loves. And if that means breaking his own heart, he will do that. But I don't think he deserves it this time. And writers, it's your fault because you made Sonny obsolete. He could retire. He could retire. And nobody would care at this point. They really wouldn't. Because they know how capable Carly is without him. And they know how capable Jason is without him. As well as everybody else. So the writers have literally put Sonny in a corner where he's not truly relevant anymore. Okay? And the fact that he gets to come back and just step into his life casually, because so far it looks really casual. Forget about the fact that your best friend and your wife just got married a few hours ago and they were about to consummate the marriage in the bedroom that you shared with her. I still don't understand that one, but we're going to move past it. I don't think it should be that easy. I really don't. At this point, because we've seen the love between these two people, between Jason and Carly, shift from a friendship love to a romantic love and a deep in love with each other. So what are they supposed to do with that now that Sonny's back? What is Jason supposed to do with that now that Sonny is back? He gave her up once. Should he give her up again? That's the question of the day. Tell me what you think. Please comment. I really want you guys to comment. I see that I get some folks who watch my videos. I really love that you're watching my videos, but I really want your comments. So if you could like, share, comment, and subscribe, that would be wonderful. Now, we know that Sonny and Jason and Carly kind of give each other the short version of what's happened since in the 9 months, but we need to get the long version. So I'm not going to make this a long video. Okay? Talk to me. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think is going to happen tomorrow, Wednesday, because today is Tuesday, the 21st of September, 2021. I love GH, but have a great night. See you tomorrow, because this week is too hot not to talk about it every day.